Morning. This is Thursday, 28th of May, and this is the workout for the total beginners, even though I've not written it on the board. It is. So it's a bit different from the other one. You can have a look at the other one as well if you wish, and mix and match. You just need to make a workout that suits you. So you can work for 25 minutes on this or do one round of it. Okay. So I'm going to give you a couple of options, just listen for a wee second. Okay, so you can just set the clock to 25 minutes, work your way through it, see if you get right through it, back to the start, go again, that's fine. You could also do that, but half the reps, okay? So instead of 80 ground overhead, do 40, 35, 30, and so on. Work your way through, go back to the start, you'll get more rounds obviously, but it might seem less intimidating at the start than to start off with 80 ground overhead. The other option, like I just said, is to just start the clock and work your way through it for one round. Or you could half the reps and work your way through it for 2 rounds or 1 round. Okay, so you get the idea. I want you to do all the movements, but you need to just make it fit you. If you do set it to 25 minutes, great, there's no reason you can't do that. Okay, just don't start off too fast, okay? Take your time in the first 5 minutes. If you've completed a whole round in the first 5 minutes, you've gone too fast, okay? So take it easy on the first round, like maybe even very easy, like just chill. Depends where you're at with your fitness, but I'm assuming this is for total beginners, so that's where I'm assuming you're at. Yeah, it's a really easy mistake to make going too hard at the start. So 80 ground overhead, 70 squats to chair, 60 seated presses, 50 high pulls, 40 alternating knee raises. There's quite a lot of sitting down in this. 30 good mornings and 20 shoulder taps. So bearing in mind what I said, half the reps, do 1 round for time, do the 25 AMRAP, but just take your time on it. So it's just got to fit you, it's just got to suit you. So ground overhead. Right. So with something that suits your level, okay, so it might be like say a cushion for example, you're just going to hold it, it's going to touch the ground between your feet, keep it close to your body, press it out overhead. Touch the ground between your feet, press it overhead. Okay, so that's for your ground overhead. You can do that with anything you like. You could hold a couple of water bottles or 1 water bottle. Fine. Air squats to a chair or a box or anything. Okay, so take a seat, sit up nice and tall, keep your feet flat on the floor, grip the ground with your toes, keep your knees away from each other. Stand, sit back down. Okay, so you're trying not to push on your knees as you stand. Okay, reach your hands out in front of you, come up to standing. Okay, now you might find that a wee bit too easy, so what you could do is you could just touch and stand, or you could have a lower box. Okay, so the lower the chair is, the lower the box is, the more challenging that's going to be. With the seated presses, so either with your weights or a couple of bottles of water for example, take a seat, weight goes on each shoulder. Keep your elbows up and in slightly, so not all the way out to the side, up and in slightly. And you're going to push these weights up right past your ears until your arms go straight. Okay? Weights come back down to your shoulders, up past your ears until your arms go straight. You could do this with 1 weight, or you could share the weight between your 2 hands. Good, okay? So then we've got high pulls. What did I do with it there? So with the high pulls, you're probably going to need an overhand hold, or you'll be holding onto a handle on something. So a bit like the ground overhead, the weight's going to touch the ground between your feet again, okay? But this time you're going to drive up with your legs and you're going to pull it up to just below your chin, okay? So touch it off the ground, come up just below your chin. So you're really trying to stand up nice and fast, following with the pull. Your arms are straight when the weight touches the ground. Okay, then you drive up hard, just up below your chin. Alternating knee raises. So again, get sit down again. Okay. Now, you've got a couple of choices here. In the regular workout, it was a seated on the floor, alternating leg to arm hike. So you could, hands up above your head. I appreciate this is probably still a wee bit too challenging for most people. So that would be a nice seated variation. Or you could, we've done this one quite a lot, knee to elbow. Okay, or you could just miss out the hands and you could try and lift each individual leg up as sort of as high as you can each time. Or, as I've written on the board, alternating knee raises. Okay, so a few options in there for you. You could give them a go before the workout starts, see how you get on with them. The good mornings. So with the good mornings, you don't have to hold anything with this. A bottle's quite a nice one though if you do want to hold something. Just holding it in at your chest, okay? You're going to push your, you're going to have your feet just between hip width and shoulder width apart. You're going to push your bum back behind you, not very much bending your knees at all, but not with your knees locked out, okay? So just soft knees, leaning over until you feel some tension up the backs of your legs and then your glutes. Now you need to make sure that your back stays nice and flat here and you come back to standing, okay? Hips back, stand. Now if you don't want to hold something because it's throwing off your balance or whatever, don't hold anything, it's fine. Okay, you can do whatever you want with your hands. You can put them here, you can put them out to the side, you can put them out in front. Okay, leaning over, hitting up the backs of your legs there. And then your shoulder taps, you're going to put your hands onto a raised surface, probably the box you've been sitting on, into as good a plank position as you can. Touch one shoulder, touch the other, so that'd be 1, 2, so on. You can also do that on the floor, in a plank position on the floor, on your hands and your toes. 1, 2. So, I think you could have a lot of fun with this workout. Don't drive yourself too hard on it, think about the skills, try and dial in the movement patterns, and you'll really, really benefit from that, okay? Right, let's do this, okay? Let me know how you get on.